Today is a national day of mourning in Australia for Queen Elizabeth II. But these Indigenous people are not mourning. They're protesting against the British monarchy and years of colonialism. Bruce Shillingsworth is one of those Indigenous rights activists.
Well, do we talk about the genocide? Do we talk about the dispossession? It all comes back to the monarch and what it's done to the original people in this continent. The genocide, the dispossession, the incarceration of our people, the taking of our land, and the massacres that happen right across this great country of ours, and needs to be told.
The British first arrived in Australia in 1788, but Indigenous people were inhabiting the continent for more than 65,000 years before. It's estimated that there were up to 1 million Indigenous people in Australia in the 18th century, but 90% of the population was wiped out due to colonization and genocide by the 19th century. This is what Indigenous rights activist Gwenda Stanley has to say.
They are afraid of their white fragility. It's all right for 3-year-old Aboriginal kids to be stolen and taken from their parents, but you don't want your 3 to 4-year-old children to know about the rape and pillage and the murdering and massacre of my people.
Australia is a constitutional monarchy, which means the Queen was the head of state, and now it's King Charles III. Australia's parliament works independently of the royal family. Australia never struck a treaty with the Indigenous population, which has been asking the government for basic human rights for decades. But now the Prime Minister has promised a referendum that would require Parliament to consult with Indigenous advisors on issues that affect them. Indigenous demonstrators are asking for their land back, an end to Indigenous deaths and custody, and even abolition of the monarchy.
I think the monarchy needs to be aware that there's unfinished business happening here in Australia. It's now time to address the war crimes. The monarchy is nothing to mourn about. It's something, if anything, for our people to rejoice. But it's also the time now to settle unfinished business, which is about land rights in this country.